Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 8.1B. I've entitled this video, The Natural Resources of Brazil. This video is going to cover pages 245 to 247. Natural resources. Brazil has some of the world's most plentiful natural resources. Many of the resources have been developed for years, especially in the south and southeast. Recent transportation improvements have made the resources in Brazil's vast interior available to its growing industries and population. Agriculture, mining, and forestry have been important for centuries. The natural riches of Brazil attracted European settlers to the region. They found abundant trees, rich mineral resources, and fertile farmland. Question number 1. What has recently helped Brazil get the resources from its vast interior? What's helped them is improving their transportation, building more roads to get more into the interior of Brazil. Question 2. What have been three major industries for Brazil for centuries? Agriculture, which is farming, mining, and forestry, which is cutting down trees. Abundant forest. Forests cover about 60% of Brazil, accounting for about 7% of the world's timber resources. Most of the forest in the northeast and south were cleared long ago. Heavy logging continues in the Atlantic lowlands. Logging in the Amazon basin is increasing as more roads are built and settlement grows. The rainforest's mahogany and other hardwoods are highly desirable for making furniture. The rainforest is also a source of natural rubber, nuts, and medicinal plants. Logging, mining, and other development have become a major environmental issue. However, the rate of deforestation, or clearing lands of forest or trees, has declined in recent years. Question number 3. What covers about 60% of Brazil's land? Forest. Number 4. What is increasing in the Amazon basin recently? Logging, and because they're building more roads and more settlements are being built, so they're clearing out trees. Question 5. What are the rainforest's mahogany and other hardwoods used for making? Furniture. 6. What are three other resources that the rainforest provides? Natural rubber, nuts, and medicinal plants, plants that they use for medicine. Number 7 is a thinking question. What do you think the textbook meant when it stated, quote, logging, mining, and other development have become a major environmental issue? Go ahead and jot down what you think at that point. Feel free at this point to pause the video to think about what is that thinking question asking you. What do you think they meant that logging, mining, and other development have become a major environmental issue? Question number 8. What does the word deforestation mean? It means clearing land of forest or trees. Minerals. Brazil has rich mineral resources that are only partly developed. They include iron ore, tin, copper, bauxite, gold, and manganese. At one time, most mining was done in the Brazilian highlands. Recently, major deposits of minerals have been found in the Amazon basin. The new deposits might make Brazil the world's largest producer of many of the minerals. Brazil also has huge potential reserves of petroleum and natural gas deep under the ocean floor off its coast, as pictured here in the bottom left. Getting to the oil is a challenge, however. Question number 9. What are 6 important mineral resources that are found in Brazil? Iron ore, tin, copper, bauxite, gold, and manganese. Question 10. What are 2 valuable resources that can be found under the ocean floor off of the coast of Brazil? Petroleum, oil, and natural gas. Productive farmland. Brazil is the world's largest producer of coffee, sugarcane, and tropical fruits. The country also produces great amounts of soybeans, corn, and cotton. Brazilian farmers produce most of their country's food supply. Agriculture is also important in trade, accounting for more than 1/3 of Brazil's exports. It is a leading exporter of coffee, oranges, soybeans, and cassava. Cassava is used to make tapioca. Question number 11. What are 3 farm products that Brazil leads the world in producing? Coffee, sugarcane, tropical fruits. Question 12. What are 3 other farm products that Brazil produces a great deal? Soybeans, corn, and cotton. Question 13. What does the word export mean? That is when you send a good or service out of your country to another country in order to make money off of whatever you're sending out. Question 14. What accounts for more than 1/3 of Brazil's exports? Agriculture. Question 15. What are 4 agricultural products that Brazil is the leading exporter of in the world's economy? Coffee, oranges, soybeans, and cassava. Major crops. Production of coffee throughout the world was estimated to set an all-time high in 2012-2013, up 10 million bags from the previous year. Brazil and Vietnam accounted for most of the increase. The eastern Brazilian highlands and the Atlantic lowlands are the main coffee growing areas. Coffee was once Brazil's main export. Today, soybeans provide more income for the country. China is increasing its soybean imports mostly for animal feed, and much of it comes from Brazil. And as you can see from these 2 graphs, you can see that Brazil by far leads the world in coffee production. But I really like this picture over here. It shows you that coffee grows well in this region of the world. Right in this wonderful, warm climate, gets rain. You can see all across the world, this is where good coffee grows. And then we can go to question number 16. What morning beverage is Brazil the leading producer of in the world? Coffee. 17. What farm product actually makes more money for Brazil than coffee does today? Soybeans. Question 18. What country imports a great deal of Brazil's soybeans? That would be China. They're using that soybean to feed animals. Most soybeans are grown in the south, but they are an important crop in the Brazilian highlands too. Farming has become easier in the highlands as farmers have begun using tractors and fertilizer to work the savanna soils. Question 19. What farming improvements are helping Brazilian farmers grow more soybeans in the Brazilian highlands? Well, they're using tractors and they're using fertilizer, and that is helping them be more efficient and effective at growing soybeans. Brazil grows 1/3 of the world's oranges, making it the world's leading supplier of the citrus fruit. Brazil is also the largest beef exporter in the world. Most of the country's grazing land is in the south and southeast. Question 20. What citrus agricultural product does Brazil lead the world in production with 1/3 of the world's production of? Oranges. Question 21. For carnivores, meat eaters, what does Brazil lead the world in exporting? Beef. In a recent year, Brazil's sugarcane production was more than 2.5 times that of India, the second leading producer. Brazilian sugarcane is used to make ethanol, which is mixed with gasoline and used as fuel for cars and trucks. For many years, the government has required cars to use ethanol. The country's car manufacturers make flexible fuel vehicles that can use fuel with high levels of ethanol. Question 22. For the sweet tooths, what does Brazil lead the world in producing? Sugarcane. Question 23. What is another major use for Brazilian sugarcane besides eating? Making ethanol out of it. And question 24 is a thinking question. Why do you think the creation of ethanol is important for the 21st century? So give that a thought right now in the video. Why do you think it's important in this current century that we're in that we make fuels out of something like sugarcane instead of using something like oil and natural gas and petroleum, like things that come from the ground, which we call fossil fuels? Why is it helpful to come up with something like this, like sugarcane, to make ethanol? Why is that good for the 21st century? Well, thank you so much for watching. Before we go, I'm going to leave you with, once again, when you tell people you only drink 1 cup of coffee per day. Thank you so much again for watching, and have a great day.